Racing is a massive deal in Upland, and it's only really just begun. I mean, we don't even actually technically have racing in the game yet, and we're already seeing stuff like car pre-sales and teams and tracks and marketing around racing and leagues, and I mean, there's so much stuff going on right now, it's incredible. Hey there, John Henry here, SSFTG. Welcome to the video. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome my friend. I hope to earn your like and subscription today. Within the Woodhood, we've been working with, I mean, you name it, we've been working with them. With vendors, teams, racing, tracks, leagues, I mean, everything in between we've been in contact with. And along with racing and all of the excitement and everything that's been going on there, which I'm sure you've seen some of the more recent videos on that side, we also have another massive front of operation that is going to be right around the corner and already kind of poking into the Upland Metaverse with heavy prevalence. And that's going to be sub-merchants and secondary markets within the MetaVentures realm. Now, the really cool thing about racing and MetaVentures and submerchanting and all of that is that they fit incredibly well together. I'm sure that wasn't a coincidence at all. But, you know, with that in mind, they operate really, really well with one another, and chances are if you run a MetaVenture shop or a submerchant shop, you have to have the items in that shop to be able to sell there. Having vehicles and all those different types of things and races and race merch and all of these other things start becoming more and more prevalent. So even if racing isn't necessarily your thing, merchanting and submerchanting shops and all of these things, it still fits the bill, and it's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. From the perspective of not necessarily just submerchants, but later on with racing, we're also going to have an area where block explorers can train and learn different skills and all of that. It's going to be more and more and more prevalent, and it's going to be sooner than later. That's where I get to get incredibly excited about our next partner that we're going to be working with within the Woodhood, and that's going to be the Avenue of Fashion being operated by TossHed. Now, TossHed, that name, well, that should sound a little bit familiar. TossHed has been able to accomplish some incredible designs, and more recently, one that you've probably seen, I don't know, somewhere little place like Genesis Week 2022. TossHed, along with Jacqueline, was working with and creating these designs for the van, and I mean, I think it goes without saying, that was absolutely incredible. The design on that is beautiful. Some of the other designs that we've also seen from TossHed include some beautiful, some skyscrapers, some Hollywood beauties. We've got some, hey, you know, that Chevy Camaro. You can't knock the Chevy Camaro, right? The old T-tops? Ooh, baby, I remember that one. Look at some of these designs. They're absolutely incredible, and that's the kind of stuff that we're seeing from TossHed and the Avenue of Fashion as a whole. What makes the Avenue so special and so just absolutely incredible is not just the fact that part of it is going through the Woodhood. That is incredible placement, if I do say so myself. What a lovely coincidence, right? But it's the fact that it comes with such a rich history. Before malls were a thing, if you wanted to get luxury, if you wanted the best of the best, if you wanted the obvious option, right, the good stuff, well, there was only one place that you would go. That was the Avenue of Fashion. Now, the Avenue of Fashion is actually, to this day, still a thing. It's got the website, avenueoffashion.com, and it's being revitalized. And through these efforts, along with that, we want to bring the IRL version, the in-real-life version, into the Metaverse too. The Avenue of Fashion's super easy to find. It's right between 8 Mile and 7 Mile, which cuts through the Palmer Woods and Sherwood Forest Woodhood node area. And there are 120 prime retail locations inside of there between that little distance. Along with this area being an absolutely incredible spot to set up shop for MetaVentures and shops and all of that fun stuff, but it's also an amazing opportunity to add another racetrack. That's right, not only is the Avenue of Fashion the go-to place for artists and designers and fashion brands and all of that to make their push into the Metaverse, it's also a perfectly sized 1 mile drag strip. The track has already gone through and been provisionally approved by the Upland Racing League, and it just needs to hit a few more property goals to be fully sanctioned and ready and approved for the next Upland Racing League list. The Avenue of Fashion is going to be the drag strip between 7 Mile and 8 Mile. It fits beautifully considering it's exactly 1 mile, absolutely gorgeous. And if you own a property on the Avenue of Fashion drag strip, make sure to jump into the Upland Racing League Discord server and say hello. The link will be down in the description for you to make that a little bit easier. It's incredibly important that you jump on over into the Discord server too, because once you post a message in the Avenue of Fashion Discord channel, you'll be added to the members list, and this is something that you need to make sure to get done. For every property that you own on the Avenue of Fashion, that distance between 7 Mile and 8 Mile, you get one raffle entry. Now, a raffle entry for what, John? What raffle entry for, you may ask? Well, that's where things get extra spicy. Remember back to who's operating all of this, TossHed, right? We're dealing with an incredible designer that's already worked on some epic designs. So in collaboration with TossHed, every time that Upland announces a design competition, excluding the ones that they do for the 10,000 Upics, TossHed will collaborate with the raffle winner to create a custom design that you will be able to enter into the competition. And all of the source files and design rights will go to the winner. How epic is that? So if you own a property on the Avenue of Fashion and Upland does a wrap for a new sports car coming up, and you win the raffle, you can work with TossHed to design something in your vision to submit. And if it gets approved, you get to see it racing all over the Metaverse, and it's yours. All of the rights he's giving to you as well. Like, what? Now, this is going to cover all kinds of different stuff, from the Master Builders challenges, to 3D ornament designs, to 3D models of cars, skins for buildings and vehicles, and brand development for nodes and race teams. All kinds of awesome stuff. And now it hasn't happened yet that I know of, but if there is a case that Upland doesn't run some kind of competition for designers, TossHed will run a raffle every 3 months for a design of something cool that the winner chooses. That way, there's always a reason to be involved. Here's where things get even better, though, because working with the Avenue of Fashion and TossHed, he's also willing to do a really, really cool thing for you Woodhood property owners, because if you own a property in the Woodhood and on the Avenue of Fashion, you get 3 raffle entries instead of 1. You want to talk about an advantage, you've got one. There are less than 70 properties remaining on the Avenue of Fashion, and part of it goes straight through the west side of the Woodhood. And, well, I mean, if you're not part of the Woodhood yet and you're interested in the Avenue of Fashion, well, I mean, you can't ask for a better time to get involved. Remember here, this isn't like anything contractual or anything crazy like that. This is in the spirit of community and to add value where, in my opinion, it's sorely lacking in the Upland Metaverse. And on top of that, it's an amazing way to network with some of the best designers in the game. And on that note, if you are a designer or an artist, or maybe you've actually already submitted something to Upland before, don't miss out on this opportunity. Get involved in the Avenue of Fashion and get your spot locked in. That's going to do it for this one. If you couldn't tell, there is a ton going on in the Sherwood Forest Detroit Woodhood node, and adding the Avenue of Fashion as a partner was, I mean, honestly, an absolute must. Don't forget to swing over to the AOF Discord channel within the Upland Racing League server. Again, I'll have the link down in the description for you. But that way you can say hi, you can get all of the stuff locked and loaded, and if you own a property on the Avenue of Fashion, again, make sure to let them know, so that way you can have your account marked as such for those raffle entries. Until the next video, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the Avenue of Fashion. Bye.